We do want to go live to the courthouse now with Bennett Haberly. Bennett?
Angela, this morning, jurors heard from the final prosecution witness, the family member of a patient who described his final moments in the hospital that he spent with his father. On the stand this morning, Brian Millett talked about his father, Danny Millett's time in Mount Carmel West's ICU back in November of 2017. He described how his father coded more than one time and was brought back. His father did not want to live a long time on a ventilator long term, but under cross-examination from the defense team, Millett testified that he felt like Dr. Husel was somewhat hasty in his decision to take his father off of life support. Husel is accused of overprescribing medications, including fentanyl, to Danny Millett and 13 other patients. Here's that exchange between Brian Millett and the defense team.
Do you remember indicating that was in your deposition, that was unanimous, that everyone in the family agreed that your father would not want to live like that?
It wasn't unanimous at first. There was a few of us that were a little reserved about that because we kind of felt like it was a little hasty, that Dr. Husel was kind of making that decision a little too soon for us. But the consensus was generally that my father wouldn't want to live again long term on any type of machines, and that's when we decided to put him in God's hands.
Now, much of this morning has been spent on procedural matters, some back and forth between the prosecution and defense as the prosecution finalizes the resting of its case by introducing its exhibits. There was also some discussion about a witness last week who was accused of tampering with a pill bottle while on the stand. The judge determined that the prosecution can still reference a picture of that pill bottle along with the medical records that were already introduced. We expect some more back and forth and arguments over motions this afternoon before the defense begins its case in chief tomorrow.